I've got a really special one for you today. It's special to me. A friend reached out, said that she needed a vise for her garage, and she wanted a cool antique vise. So what I found was this 4-inch Simpex tool company vise. For me personally, and a lot of people say that you need at least a 4.5 or a 4-inch vise or whatever for most homeowners to do a lot of good projects. You know, the jaws, the diameter or the dimensions of the jaws here, this is 4 inches, 4.5 inches. Larger you go. For me personally, it's not so much the diameter or the width of the jaws, but it's how wide the slide opens up. How big of an item can you hold with it? And that's one thing that I found is really nice about this one in particular, like some of the other ones I have. This will actually open up quite a bit. For a 4-inch vise, this opens up just under 5. It's just over 5.25. Not too bad. She should have no problem doing anything she wants to around the house or in her garage with this vise. She's already picked a color. I think it's going to be cool. I hope y'all like it. I'm going to go ahead and get started disassembling it. This is going to be a very good candidate, it looks like, for that mod that I was talking about, doing the set collar on here. And I think I will probably do that. Once I get it disassembled and cleaned, I will take the lead screw up to the hardware store and see if I can find the products to do that modification. So I sprayed some penetrating oil, let it soak down around the screw in the jaws. I've got movement, but it's catching up. I'm just moving it back and forth. I'm not going really hard on it because I don't want to mess anything up. The more I go back and forth, the more movement I'm getting. It's working its way out. I'm pretty confident that it'll come out without me having to get the hammer driver after it. But it's just taking a little bit of time. You want to be patient. You don't want to mess up any of your screws. Just work it back and forth. There it is. It's starting to come out. So I didn't have to bang on it. I didn't have to hit it and take a chance of messing up the threads, because you don't know. This is an old vise. These threads might be proprietary. I have no idea. But it came out. Threads look all right. It's just gummed up. Everything's coming out okay. All right, so looking at this, the collar that holds the lead screw in place is just a compression fit. They've got it, well, more than a compression fit. It's peened over to hold it in place. So I'll get this lead screw out. You can see here where they have peened over. So that's what I'm going to do, is see if I can go make a collar with set screws so that this can be taken apart and maintenance later on. Oof, this has just got decades of funk all over it. Gummy and nasty. But at least it's not fighting me too much. Don't know if y'all can see this or not, but this only has a cut on one side. There's no way to really grab a hold of it, so I may modify that. I don't know yet. Depends on how it comes apart. Nah, it doesn't look like I'll need to. Definitely been a while since I've messed with one this dirty though. This was pretty nasty. Somebody had hit this with a really sticky, nasty, tacky grease. So I washed it with dish detergent and Simple Green, and I scrubbed it. I scrubbed it with a wire brush because I didn't care whether or not any of the paint came off, because that's my next process anyway. I'm going to be soaking it in a degreaser. The degreaser that I use is called Mule Head Kick It. This product works really well. It's more expensive than the Purple Power or your Simple Green, which I've been told they work as well. But Simple Green usually takes about 7 days to strip the paint. Purple Power for 5 days from what people have told me. But this Mule Head Kick It, anything I've ever put in it, whether it's a Stanley plane that's got Japanning on it, a spoke shave, anything that's been painted, the paint has been dissolved pretty much to the point where all I have to do is rinse it off and maybe rub it with my finger or a toothbrush, and it comes off completely. For 5 gallons of it, it was about $35 or $40 more than the Purple Power. So normally what I do to preserve this product is strip as much paint as possible, get as much grease off as possible, because the less contaminants that you put in it, the longer it will last. And that's the same case with your Evaporust. You want to get as much rust off as you can prior to preserve that product. That's my process. So I'm going to stick the painted pieces in the degreaser. I do want to touch on aluminum with the Mule Head Kick It. This is, it seems and feels like, sounds like an aluminum bushing. I have found in the past that aluminum, this Mule Head Kick It, will start to eat and dissolve aluminum. Aluminum badging, whatever it is. So use aluminum in this product at your own risk. Check it frequently. All these smaller pieces, I'm just going to hit with a wire wheel, but the painted pieces are going to go in, and we'll continue to check it every 12 hours. So it's been over 12 hours. I've got a little busy and forgot to check on this, but let's see where it's at. As you can see, I'm just at the kitchen sink. I've got just a regular soft bristle brush. Put the parts, run some hot water over them, turn on some lights so we can see. Looks to me as if that paint is pretty much gone. It's just rust. So see, the paint's just coming right off. As you can see, all the paint, in less than 24 hours, all the paint is gone. Only thing that's left is rust, and it's going to go into an evaporust bath. I have never had to leave anything, any parts in the chemical degreaser for less or for more than 24 hours. All I did was rinse it off with water, and 2 spots I had to use this very light nylon brush. That's it. I don't see how it can get any easier to strip your paint. So as you can see, it's cleaning up pretty good. I pull it out of the evaporust, hit it with a wire wheel, sprayed it with WD-40, and then scrubbed what areas I couldn't get with the wire wheel with this steel brush to get any of the flash rusting off of it, because flash rust is pretty quick. This video might be long. I've had multiple friends and family ask me to go into detail in the process that I take. I'm not going to show every process, but I'm either going to talk about it or explain or show part of it. In the comments, if this does become a long video, in the comments, let me know if you'd want me to do a series of videos or just one long video. My next step is, this is pretty rough. I'm going to clean up any casting flaws with files, any voids I'm going to fill with an epoxy of some sort, some metal epoxy. The name is escaping me for right now, but I'll fill the voids in, and then I'll get ready for paint. There's going to be a lot of filing, sanding, and cleaning up because it's rough, but I think it's going to look really cool. I've been filing and sanding on this for a couple hours already. Starting to take shape. It was really rough. This anvil was really dished out. I don't know if I'm going to take it all the way down, but it's getting closer to flat again. Really dirty. It's been a fun project, a lot of work, but hopefully when this is all said and done, it's going to look pretty cool. Got a lot of this cleaned up. I've spent probably 6 hours sanding and filing on this little vise. And I talked to my friend, and she's on the same mindset as I am. We're going to leave some history and character. I would have had to taken this down quite a bit, but we want this to have the history and character, so we're going to leave a lot of it. I am going to go and fill in with some JB Weld, some of the pits, smooth some of it up. I've never worked with JB Weld before, and for those of you that have not, mix up a little bit at a time. I mixed up a little bit too much the first time, and it dried before I could apply most of it. So just a FYI. I'm going to finish applying this after it dries, then I'm going to sand it and get it ready for paint. Here comes the part that everybody loves. I don't know if you can hear the sarcasm in my voice, but taping. People used to always comment that they hated taping. I don't know why, because it's not that hard. Well, maybe it is a little harder than that. Try again. Dang it. It's not sticking. One more try. And my next process is I'm going to start bluing, cold bluing some of these parts. Just make sure you follow the instructions really well. Clean all the parts thoroughly. If you think it's clean, clean it again. If y'all have seen any of my other videos where I've blued parts, you know I like using these sponges. And the reason I like using them is they hold a lot of fluid. So you can, these parts that are hard to blue, you can almost flood it. The vise has been painted. I've pulled the tape off. My next step is, well, back up a second. I could not have shown my friend the contrast between bare metal and the paint and what the bluing looks like without actually doing bare metal. So she's decided she wants all the bare metal parts blued. That's going to include the wording that I've polished up. So what I'm going to do, and I hope it works, is I'm going to test on an inconspicuous spot the cold blue to see whether or not it messes up the paint. Keep your fingers crossed for me because I'd like to see it work, and I'm sure she would too. I have not noticed a effect on the paint from the bluing. I don't know how you would do this. I couldn't imagine trying to tape off the wording. I just sprayed it. Well, I sanded it to the finish that I wanted first, the lettering, and then I painted it, and sanding it very smooth helped get all the paint off. I just went back over it again with sandpaper. If I were to blue all the parts, I would probably do them prior to paint. Just tape over them like you would normally, the parts you don't want to paint over. But the lettering, I don't know of another way. I just can't think of one off the top of my head other than what I'm doing. And thankfully it's not affecting the paint. I'm not going to let it set forever because I don't want to, take chances, but it's turning out all right. It's all but back together. The last thing to do is to replace this collar. I could peen this back over and stick it back in there and it'd be just fine. But what I plan on doing is making a set collar so that we can take some of the slop, the forward and back movement out of it. I went ahead and picked up a couple of other set collars that are that I got from the store, and I think these would be a great option if it was a covered screw, but because this is an exposed screw, I think these would be way too bulky, and I'll put them on there and show you what I'm talking about. So as you can see, the set collar's in there. I didn't like move it all the way in place and set it, but it's so bulky. I don't want to use that. I think it would be the same thing with this one. It would just be way too bulky. So what I'm going to do, you can see the diameter difference. I'm going to make my own, cut this down probably in half, and put it in place. I'm just going to drill a hole and tap it, and we'll be good to go. So I got that set collar installed. As you can tell, there's no forward and back play. There's a little bit of up and down. I don't have a bushing to fit inside there. I don't think it's going to be a huge issue. It's working really well. Nice and smooth. Rotates very smoothly because I sanded and filed the base, the bearing surfaces. It's finished, and I think it turned out really good. I know that she's excited to see it, and I hope she gets a lot of use out of it. I had hoped that she had some digital copies of music that I could have used in the video. She has an amazing singing voice. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, but you're in luck because she does have a YouTube page of her own. It is called Things I Appreciate. And I didn't think I was going to be into it, but it's got a lot of reviews and gift ideas. After watching the videos, there's things that I want to go out and buy now. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Like, I need some more stuff. Thank y'all so much for watching the video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Go check out her page. I'm going to put a link to it. Great content. And until next time, get out there, save something from being forgotten, and live a big life. That taping might go a lot easier if my Tabitha Stevens nose wiggle was working. I can't even do it, so there's no magic here. Just gotta tape it.